What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. We did get the full announcement of the medal exchange lineup for the month of July, which is always very exciting. Of course, not everyone is going to have a lot of medals to spend, but of course it is that post-anniversary period, so if you did do quite a lot of pulls on the anniversary, you may have a relatively good stockpile of these Sugo medals to exchange for brand new characters. So we're going to talk about all the new additions. Hopefully we get some good ones in this video today. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's start from the bottom. Of course, the World Journey characters are still here. We have the World Clash characters, and here we have the limited time characters. You know, the community calls them the limited rare recruits, but they are the class pickup Sugo Fest only characters, so quite a mouthful. But last month it was the addition of Law, Moria, and Kinemon. This time around it is focusing once again on the OPTC Girl Celebration with the introduction of Bonnie, Tashigi, and Alvida. All three of these are actually really good pickups. Let's talk about them real quick. We've got Alvida. Her special removes defense and resilience by 7. It's really good. 80% damage reduction. And then if the enemy has immune to delay or all status effects, it's a 2.25 free spirit color affinity boost. Not too bad. Another thing that you do have to keep in mind is the support effect of this Alvida. Buggy, Kabaji, Moji, Richie. And whenever you use the special, we'll remove defense up by 2 turns and get a matching slot. It's actually a pretty good support, all things considered. Tashigi, also another character that is pretty good. So this unit has a really cool special, removing attack down and increased damage taken by 5 turns. Block, strength, quick into matching, and a 2.75 chain lock for 3 turns. A little bit outdated, but still not bad utility. But the big thing here is this character does have a very good support when she evolves, attaching to Zoro and Smoker, allowing you to remove 2 turns of attack down when you're inflicted with it. Very good support, so if you need a good attack down reducing support, this is one to go for. And then also Bonnie. This character, when she came out, was one of the best, if not the best, limited rare recruit of all time. But her special has not been really that useful as time has progressed. But still, removing 10 turns of bind and paralysis, healing, changing bomb and block into recovery, and if you have a free spirit captain, removing special bind, recovery down, and blindness by 5 turns. It's still a good special. This character just doesn't see that much play anymore, unfortunately, but honestly all 3 of these are fantastic units to pick up. So there's nothing in the powerful support effect character list that I really want to talk about. Once again, these are just generic units that are always available. Moving on up though, we have the special time characters. So we've got all of these waifu characters appearing once again because of the OPTC Girl Celebration. To be honest, all of these characters are pretty bad. The only character that, I mean, there's 2 here that I would say are actually okay because their specials have okay effects, and that's number 1 of them being Pudding. You know, healing, removing attack down by 5 turns, resilience by 5 turns, adjacent slots matching. Could be useful in some scenarios. And then you have Rebecca, this character removing threshold by 5, getting you an attack boost for Slasher and Striker, and removing recovery down and also increased damage taken doesn't really matter, but still removing 5 turns of threshold I suppose could be useful. These characters aren't, you know, characters you're going to be using that often. Pudding and Rebecca definitely are the best of the 2. The other 3 are kind of whatever, just collector units. And of course we have some returning treasure map rare recruits. Unfortunately, nothing really too great, I would say. Maybe Vivi is alright. So we've got Perona here. Her special, removing 5 turns of attack down, removing defense for 1 turn, or it's only an 80% reduction. And then if you have 5 or more free spirits, you get a conditional boost, kind of whatever. She does have a support that attaches to Zoro and Mihawk, I believe. And I believe it says that when you use the special, you get a conditional boost, like a 1.3 conditional boost or something. Nothing that important. The Vivi here is pretty interesting. She does have a really good support when she evolves, and it's attaching to any free spirit unit. When you use the special, you get a 1.3 free spirit color affinity. Actually pretty usable. Then you've got this special, removing 5 turns of Rainbow Shield, then get a color affinity boost. If you hit 4 perfects, you get another color affinity boost in the following turn. So not a terrible unit, honestly. Not a bad unit. The last one here is not that good though, being Khalifa. This unit was focused as a really old school treasure map character, as her special removes 3 turns of threshold and then boosts sign int orbs depending on your navigation level during a treasure map. So she doesn't really do anything outside of treasure map aside from removing 3 turns of threshold. So 3 threshold and Rainbow Shield, I guess, but still not a very useful character, unfortunately. So definitely not worth picking up unless if you want another collector unit. but VV's actually pretty good. So now we can start talking about the Sugo Fest exclusives. So the 150 metal tier characters, which you can purchase 3 of them. You've got V1, Vivi Rebecca, and Shirahoshi and Mancherry. These units are still pretty good to this day. Both have useful specials. Shirahoshi Mancherry has actually been very useful in the latest Pirate King Adventures, as she has a really unique special that allows you to select 2 debuffs on your crew and remove them by 10 turns. Now, these are only debuffs that have their own dedicated icons, such as attack down, recovery down, and more notably in the new Pirate King Adventures, that new debuff, the pain debuff, where any action causes you to take damage. So this is a very unique character, being able to select any 2 debuffs, or 2 debuff icons, and remove them by 10 turns. So, pretty useful because of that, but again, are you going to spend 150 medals on this character? I don't know, completely up to you, but not a bad unit to pick up. Then Vivi Rebecca, this was one of the greatest legends to come out in terms of a utility sense, as the special removes all enemies' defense up and damage reduction completely, as well as giving you a 2x color affinity to Cerebral and Striker for 2 turns. So that special ability, obviously very powerful. Doesn't see a lot of play today, but still pretty okay. They do have a really cool switch ability though, guaranteeing you a 2.5 chain lock every single turn, as well as orb change and a 2000 heal. Very nice to have, but a little outdated. Not too many people are using Vivi Rebecca these days. For 250 medals, we only have 1 character, which is Super Type Boa Hancock. Unfortunately, we can't see the evolved version, of course, with the Super Type, but her Super Type special is still one of the best Super Type specials in the game. Full board of Psi slots and a 2.5 attack boost to Psi units. Very good. Doesn't have a great special in my opinion, cooldown reduction and inflicting the love status. Captain ability is okay. This is definitely a unit that would require a super evolution, and honestly it would be awesome if during this OPTC girl celebration she actually receives one. That would be insane, but as it stands right now, I do not think that spending 250 medals for that boa is a great idea. And now we've hit the 400 medal tier characters, and one very interesting addition here is V1 Boa Hancock, and you do not have to be Einstein to figure out that 400 medals for version 1 Boa Hancock is a scam. Absolute scam. What are they doing? I don't even know, man. I don't even know at this point. This is ridiculous. But aside from the other units there, we've got Onami, which honestly is a bit of a scam too. I really wouldn't suggest that. You got Jewelry Bonnie for 400, which I probably wouldn't want to buy her for 400. Then again, it would be really cool if Bonnie got a super evolution. She could really use one. And then you've got Vivi and Reiju. Those 2 units are still pretty solid, both of which have great support effects that allow you to get an orb boost or an attack boost, and definitely has come into some usage here and there every now and again when you're building a cerebral focused team. But honestly, for 400 medals, I don't know if any of these characters are really worthwhile pickups, unless if you specifically need them to clear a piece of content. But I'd say more often than not, there are valuable replacements for each of these units. I guess maybe if you specifically want to take on like Arena Caesar, like yeah, Rage is really good for that, but not like you absolutely need it, you know what I mean? So the 400 medal tier characters are always a little bit of a toss-up. Like yeah, some of them are good, but most of the time, probably not worth the exchange. And then we reach the end here, 600 medals, and at the top here we have the girl Sugo Fest from last year with Ulti and Hiyori. Now, we can definitely say that Ulti is not worth the pickup, but still not a bad special, removing special bind and attack down by 7 turns, base attack boost and stuff like that. But the big one here is Hiyori, and I've used her in so many teams. Very good unit to have in terms of her special, allowing you to get a full board of Wano slots. Her crewmate ability, setting all your slots to Wano at the start of the quest, is so good as well. But like her special itself, being able to give you a full board of Wano through block orbs, as well as removing 7 turns of bind, despair, and chain reduction, healing, but the big thing is that she locks your slots as well. So full board of Wano and then locks them, so you can have them for multiple turns. Such a good unit. If you guys were lucky enough to pull the Anniversary Zoro during the Anniversary Sugo Fest, then you want to have this unit. If you do not have this unit, but you have Anniversary Zoro, I would highly advise to pick up this unit. It is going to make your time using Anniversary Zoro so much better. So you know, definitely pick her up, I feel. 600 medals for Hiyori, obviously very steep, but if you have the ability to do it, I definitely think it's worthwhile. Obviously, you should not use your Sugo medals until the end of a month period, because you may pull that unit during the month, so keep that in mind. But Hiyori is definitely a character you want to have on your account. Super, super good unit. And I think that she's probably the best unit to pick up out of this entire medal exchange. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.